Greetings, YouTube, and literally a very happy Wednesday. You see, I just got done teaching a lab, and I opened the contest to check the game, and I saw that we have signature daily cards. I tell you, we used to just get daily cards on like the first of the month, and now we get them like 1 to 2 times a month. But thankfully, on the first of the month, you can always count on hopefully what's going to be like the most exciting cards of the month. And they have not let us down because I have been asking for over a year now with the 5-star signature cards to have a 5-star Awakening Gem attached to them. It just makes so much sense. And I say that because they've done that with the 4 stars for quite a while, but they've never done it with the 5-star. So when you click to go now to the unit store, you will be, if you have not seen it yet, pleasantly surprised to see that even though it is not, because you'll see what they've done is have the generic for the Awakening Gem for both the 4 and the 3-star. It's not a generic 5-star. Unfortunately, we have only seen that once in an offer, really ever, and that was on Cyber Monday last November. But at the same time, this is still a step in the right direction. Now, I do value the generics at still about $1 a piece. I think given that you can use them on any champ of any class, that's really important. Obviously, some people are still going to look at this and say it's way too much to charge someone because it is a 1 out of 6 class-based 5-star Awakening Gem. And because of that, I'm just going to tell you, this is probably, because I am going to get this, this is probably going to be like the 13th or 14th 5-star Awakening Gem I've opened. I have never opened half of the classes. Somehow, the RNG has never given me a single Mutant Awakening Gem, Cosmic, or Mystic. I have been stuck with mostly Science and Tech, and then sprinkled in a couple of Skill. So I have no doubt I'm going to get screwed on this again if I get this, but I'm a sucker for more 5-star Awakening Gems because as more champions have filtered into the 5-star basic crystal, it is becoming harder and harder, if not close to impossible, to naturally awaken the 5-star champion that you're targeting. And because of that, Awakening Gems have actually gone up in value. And I really do believe that this is a step in the right direction because we have not seen a 5-star Awakening Gem crystal offer in months. I actually talked about this a couple of days ago because the game still acts in the crystals this month for the events that 5-star Awakening Gems apparently will break the game as the drop rates are 0.01%. You also get 200,000 gold on this. So given that this is the first time we have seen this combined, I'm going to give this a B to a B+. I still think given the price point that I wish that this was $50 instead of $70. I do think this is $20 too high in terms of what an A would be. But if you have a miracle chance to land on the class that you need, this is an A value, but you have that 1 out of 6 gamble, and oftentimes it's going to keep giving you the same things it's given to you before. It knows all the crystals that you've opened before. It keeps track in the algorithm, and that algorithm always favors the classes that you have seen before. So don't be surprised if you're messaging me being like, Prof, I got algorithmed, even if that's even like a verb, and I got my 3rd Cosmic in the last 3, or I got my 4th Mutant or 2nd Science or something. And that's also why I still wish, and maybe someday when 6 stars are being taken to rank 3 pretty regularly, I wish the right side reflected the left side, because the left side deal, you see this awesome generic 4-star Awakening Gem. Now, this thing is still lowering in value. In fact, I do believe that we've seen this for units at less than 800 units for it. You get 26 stones, which is okay, but this is a pretty average signature stone, daily card for the price. I would say that we have seen much better versions of this. Keep in mind that the $30 bundle normally includes 5-star Awakening Gems with it, and this is only reserved for 4-star signature stone crystals, 1 generic 4-star Awakening Gem, and 20 generics. So I would actually think that this is a C value at best, but it's even below average given the $30 price tag, given that there's no 5 stars with it. So I'm going to vote this as a D value. If you are an intermediate player and you really are desperate for an Awakening Gem, I can't fault you since it is a generic, but just know we have seen much, much better value for this in the intermediate middle class variety for summoners. And then I don't want to ignore the beginners who for $5 can get this deal, but I have to tell you again, for $5 we have seen several deals for 3 stars that include the Max Signature Stone Crystal, which allows you the opportunity to not only use your Awakening Gem with the offer, but to max Sig the 3-star of the class that you land on. And we've even seen a couple of times where I think that thing is a generic, although recently I think it was you have to spin the crystal and you get 1 out of 6 for class. But needless to say, I think this deal has a 99-cent value given what we've seen before. It is 5 times too high. So even for beginners, this thing is an F value. I just think it is a ripoff for $5. They should give you at least a few 4-star stones with it for $5, but they're not. So the lesser signature and advanced signature are both things that we probably would have seen as the retail price in 2017. And so, a little time travel going on in May, that we're going back and pretending like these offers have this value, and they just don't in 2019. However, there is a B to B plus value, especially if you are lucky enough to have the RNG not screw you over and give you the same class you've been getting. I predict, since the only 5-star Awakening gem I have right now in my inventory is a skill, that I'll probably get a second skill, because that's normally what happens when I have one in my inventory. So if that happens to you, just know it is not a coincidence. It's really favoring what you've opened before, because the game is smart. They know that if you have an even chance, most users, because there are going to be some people who have had this happen to them, but most users don't. They know that if you're targeting a specific class and you're able to get them with an Awakening gem, you're going to be less likely to clear really tough content. And it used to be the only way you can get a 5-star generic Awakening gem was by 100% completing Labyrinth of Legends. So with that in mind, the algorithm is still skewed toward that. So just be warned, if you get this, you're probably going to get one of the classes you always get. I am hopeful, though very doubtful, that I'm going to get one of the 3 classes I've never gotten, but I'm dumb enough, I guess, to continue to do the gamble, knowing I'm going to be spending those signature stones probably on Captain America Infinity War, and of course the 5-star signature stones for class. You just want to make sure that you also don't have them overflow, because if there's one more thing I want to say, it's that Kabam needs to be smarter about allocating the inventory to have 200 5-star sig stones instead of 100. They've kept the same amount that you max sig a 4-star for a 5-star, and so you only get a 5-star halfway to max sig based off of what's going to overflow in your inventory before it's over, and that really, really doesn't make any sense, and it is so anti-player for people who need to hoard signature stones. So there you have it, YouTube. A B to B plus, a D plus, and an F value for today's daily cards. Let me know if the algorithm screws you or if you get very, very lucky in the comments below. And thanks for watching. As always, happy Wednesday.